How can you beat the competition when the competition is unbeatable? Let's talk about playing against iBuyer, iSeller.
This is your first day in real estate, and I am your real estate sales trainer and coach, James Festini. And this is the program that's going to teach you how to sell more real estate in less time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk to you about a very, very, very relevant topic. First of all, I want to let you know all of my content and all of my products are at jamesfestini.com/training. And my latest and greatest is becomethedigitalmayor.com, become the digital mayor, because this is where it's going to talk about how are we going to beat the real estate entities how can we compete against the behemoths. You see, it's inevitable now, and I've had a few people say either if you can't beat them, join them, and I say no, if you can't beat them, play at their own game and beat them. If you can't beat them, play their game and beat them. You can beat them. You can't join them, but you can steal them. You can steal their consumer. How do you do that? I'm going to go on record right now and say that the real estate agent as we know it will be gone by 2030, 10 years. Hopefully I'm still around to go back on this video, but I'm going to predict by 2030 we're gone. Real estate agents as we know it will be gone. You give me enough money, give me enough money, I can wipe my industry all over the floor. How? Well, it wouldn't be overnight, but I tell you what, if you watch what, I'm not going to say their names, you know who they are, that's how I would do it. You see, when these big behemoths of real estate titans took over the internet, they took over our advantage. Our advantage of providing value to the client has been compromised by being moved or phased into the few things that we had at our disposal. We had the comps and we had their trust. If they trust the system works by clicking, why wouldn't they? If they could automate trust and reliability, why wouldn't they? Now, I'm not saying that we will be wiped off the face of the earth. I'm simply suggesting that our industry, I'm simply saying that the function that we see today will be far different in less than 5 years, definitely 10 years. The door knocking, the cold calling, the content creation, the Facebook advertising, the Instagram, just everything will be different because the consumer will not find any value in what we do unless we provide value. And the only value we can provide right now is the ability to carry them as a Sherpa would to the top of Mount Everest, which seems to be the most confusing process on the planet, and that is the home purchase process. But once big data automates it, it's not too far-fetched to think that it won't be possible. Why not? Unless we can provide value on other fronts by becoming niche, or dare I say the word boutique? I hate that word. I just hate it. But that we are gonna go by the wayside of the travel industry. Travel industry is not totally gone, but it doesn't mean that it's not totally there. So I know I'm going out on a limb with such hyperbole, but we gotta face it, ladies and gentlemen. Big box companies like Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Remax, they're all being threatened by the cloud. Now look at it though. Look at right now, when was the last time you went to the grocery store? You probably went to the grocery store today or yesterday. Why would you go to the grocery store when you know, I don't know if you know this, but you can order milk on the internet. You can take your entire grocery store list and have it show up at your doorstep for a cost. There will be a cost. Maybe it costs $10 more. Maybe it costs $20. When was the last time you thought life or death we need milk. Like, honey, we're out of milk. Got to go right now. No, you can wait. So what's going to happen when automations such as Alexa and Siri and Google are listening, or we're accustomed to saying, hey, we're out of milk, put it on the list. And then the milk shows up. Whether it's by drones or by couriers, you would be surprised how small the items are you can order nowadays and have them show up. I mean, we're talking, it does not have to be a $100 camera lens. It doesn't have to be, you know, a $50 pair of shoes. I'm seeing like $10 items showing up the next day. So why wouldn't a gallon of milk show up by tomorrow? We're almost out of milk. Hey Alexa, order a gallon of milk to be here to buy tomorrow. And tell me how fast we're drinking the milk, because I want to go on a schedule. And then milk shows up. Dog food, I haven't personally bought dog food at the grocery store in probably 2 years. My dog food is on a regular schedule. So why wouldn't, once the consumer gets used to automating more than just dog food, but automating the purchase process of a car or a house? I know some of you are looking at it going, no, James, never. It's like, no. You wouldn't have thought that, you know, online dating, you would have never thought that you would get something here tomorrow. Like if I wanted an iPhone right now, I can have it by this time tomorrow. What is it? If it's 3 o'clock, I could have it by today. And I don't have to leave my house. What are we going to do about that? How do we compete with that behemoth, the monster, the beast of the internet? How do we compete with their game? We compete by creating a value, a unique value proposition. Stick with me here. That if we become valuable members of society, people will always go to the grocery store. People will always go to the grocery store. Rite Aid might stay in business for a while longer. Radio Shack, going down. Grocery store, they create fresh products, fresh value. You can go to your grocery, you can go to the butcher. Maybe not yet will people be comfortable with buying their meat from the internet or their avocados from the internet, but maybe their bananas and their lunch meat. Are we seeing a pattern here? Creating value for the consumer is going to be of the utmost importance starting yesterday. The only reason that these big real estate companies, ZRT, Zillow, Realtor.com, and Trulia, there I said it, and you know the other ones that they're creating those web giants, the only reason that they are growing, besides agents financing their growth, is because they are delivering to the consumer what they want. On-demand information about what's going on in real estate. That was our unique selling proposition just 10 years ago. We had the comps. We had the listings. Now we don't. So the internet took away our unique selling proposition. Now what can we do? We have the knowledge to negotiate through the obstacles of the internet, or of the buying or home selling process, which again, we're selling the consumer our knowledge because it's easier for them to have peace of mind, security, certainty and security, the basic needs of the human species is love and security. And we are providing one of those, well, and food and shelter. And we're providing that security by offering them a peace of mind when it comes to the home buying or home selling process. Does that make sense? But we are now targeting consumers who are now growing into a less sensitive society to adversity and a less resistance to the adaptation and adoption of things coming a little bit easier. The next 2 generations will probably wonder, why isn't this easier? Why would I be afraid of? When before it was like, here's why and here's the big deal. Now they're just like, I can order my milk like this, but I have to, why? And so the consumer is going to evolve in their heart and their feeling about what we can do. But they're also going to be like, well, you know, I still don't know. It's still kind of shady. I don't want to do this online. There must be, you know, we're going to have to, because I feel the internet in particular, these iBuyer, iSeller platforms, and then the latest news with like antitrust and all the weirdness going on in our industry, that us as real estate agents, as we know it, is so threatened if we are not providing a valuable service or establishing ourselves as a servant of the community. The difference between you and the #1 agent in town is recognition. There's a connection, that they know them, so therefore they perceive a value. I'm up against $1 million listing right now, which I'm convinced that there's three agents I'm up against. The other 3 agents are like big power players in the $1 million marketplace, and they're very well known. I'm known, but like they're known for that $1 million marketplace, and I'm known for just working really hard, right? And so if I get this deal, it would be based on my enthusiasm, my knowledge, but it would be, you know, it's going to be a battle because they're known for this. What are you known for? What value are you providing? Their perceived value, the consumer's perceived value, is that this agent sells $1 million houses so they can do the job. But do they perceive hard work as a value? Do they perceive enthusiasm? Do they perceive out-of-the-box thinking? What consumer are we reaching at that point? Semantics. What I'm getting at is, I had to sell my unique value proposition in that I am a versatile, high-tech, high-touch. I'm old school in the sense that I can capture it. I know what they're thinking is that this other agent has connections, but then I had to say, well, because I know that other agent, I tap into their same connections, but now it's the internet, and here's how the marketing works, and here's how the storytelling works, and so I'm trying to convince them that I am a marketing company who happens to be a real estate agent. And they are, the other competition that I'm up against is a real estate agent who happens to be good at marketing. And we're on this threshold of that being the next thing, and having the consumer know us not as the ability to market themselves through the traditional methods of I see your signs everywhere and I see you on the shopping carts, but as that I see you on the internet, that I see your consumption, and more importantly, that I see you because my friends share you, and because I'm creating valuable outlets online. As of this recording, March 2019, I'm creating outlets online where the consumer sees me, and again, at cost. How do you beat them without as much money as them? How do you beat these ZRT, Zillow, Realtor, Trulia? How do you beat them at their own game? Get the consumer where they are. In the local communities, they don't have that marketplace yet. They don't have the finger on the pulse of the local community. All they have is the finger on the pulse of the local market study. That's only one part of their lives. We need to capture the other part of their lives, the friendships, the relationships. How do you just make friends with everyone? What I'm doing right now is I've developed, different platforms, especially becomethedigitalmayor.com. You gotta look into that, man. I'm doing such a terrible job of pitching that product because it's hard to describe, but I know that's where the next wave of real estate is providing news and information and value to the consumer as a separate entity besides being a real estate agent, but that I am also a member of this community, and that I'm here delivering value. I'm sharing the experience of living in this community, which the internet can never do. And the difference between you and the top agent is that they're well known. The difference between you and the agent who you lost the listing to who isn't well known. Because let's face it, in this day and age, we're not losing the listings to the number one agent. We're losing the listings to the real estate agent who they know, like, and trust. Whether it's the top agent or not, you're still seeing, you are the agent who's hustling this, you're working it, you got the lead, you're following up, and then just before you think you're gonna set the appointment, they turn around and say, you know, I'm gonna give it to my cousin. You're like, why? Because they're there. I've said it before and I'll say it again, there's only two ways that you're gonna lose a listing, and one is money and the other one is love. Money and love. Money is convenience, right? Love is not convenience. Love is not convenience. Money is convenience, like, meaning higher price, faster sale, you know, better terms, I pay the commission, it's convenient, let's go, right? Money means a better commission, better price. Sometimes the number one agent, you know, because they think they can get more out of it. It's not necessarily a love connection that they know the agent previously, but if they know, like, and trust the agent, and the agent's offering them a discount or a better price, you're done. There's no script. The scripts to overcome money are many of them. The scripts to overcome love, well, I have a friend in the business. Well, you know, you shouldn't do business for friendships and all that. Oh, well, you know, if your friend is interested in, I guarantee your friend is probably saying the same thing to their clients, that they shouldn't do business. Or if you value if you value your relationship, perhaps maybe you should consider separating yourself from the business. I mean, all the different things. I have a friend in the business, you know, once upon a time, and you know what they say about doing friends? 101 scripts about how to overcome it. But how many people really overcome that when it's their friend, when it's their mother? So who's your agent? It's my mother. Oh, your mother. Okay. It's like, that's it. But if their mother is kind of part-time and you're out there working it and you're a friend, you have a chance. They're a trusted advisor in the community. The digital mayor is somebody who can provide a bond in the community. As real estate agents, we are capable of being the host of that party, that we could become the digital mayor, that we might be able to feed information and news and resource. So what I've been doing lately is I have been working very hard on building the relationships, building the trust with individuals, taking a little bit more time. The relationships are going to be huge right now. Every listing that I'm losing right now, it's not to the number one agent. I haven't lost a listing to the number one agent in a long time. I'm losing listings to the person who they know before me, this relationship. So although this is a very long-term theory, there are two sides to this real estate game right now. There is the plant the seeds and wait for it to grow. But if you're trying to colonize a community, if you just, like, you know, the Christopher Columbus gets off the boat and goes, okay guys, what's first? First, hunt and kill, find some food and shelter, go out and hunt and kill something because we're gonna starve. Second, continue to build and hunt and kill, but we need to plant some seeds too and, like, find the right soil. We start planting the soil. So as real estate agents, we've got to definitely farm. We've got to start cultivating those relationships for the long term, because they will ultimately pay us off. We won't have to be hunting and killing forever. We can make gardens, we can grow corn and squash and all that. So you getting my drift here? You plant the seeds for the future today, but you still got to go out and hunt it. Still hasn't changed. And so although I'm kind of gloom and doom on the future of the real estate agent, even if it wipes out 99 out of 100, I want to be the one that survives. So if there are 1,000 agents in my community and it wipes out 900 of them, there's still going to be 100 of us. I am not looking to be the number one. I'll be fine with being 2, 3, or 4. That's all right with me. And I can and will be, because my competition will be gone and there'll only be 4 left. So which one will they choose? The one that's, you know, marketing the best, the one that is offering the discount, the one that's related to them, or the one that's doing a little bit of everything but they know, like, and trust them? You got to be one of those or you will be phased out. And if you're not providing true value, and I'm talking, like, you ever see some of those agents who are, like, part of the Elks Club, part of the Rotary, part of, like, the Children's Hospital, and they're just, like, just by being near people, they get business. I know there's one in my town right now that's doing pretty good. She's just, you know, she's the gal about town. And here I am trying to struggle to build relationships when all I need to do is plant a tree once in a while, and people will be like, hey, he's a nice guy. And Gosh, that's so hard, right? If you're the antisocial. So what I'm doing right now is I'm building that platform, that go to the becomethedigitalmayor.com is just one solution to becoming the social butterfly for the antisocial. Because I'm kind of antisocial. I really I'm not very good at it. But to become the social butterfly as an antisocial, I believe I've cracked that code. If you guys are interested in more, go to the becomethedigitalmayor.com. Find me, get onto that course. It is, you know, it's good. It provide value to the individuals. Be the go-to resource for everything that's happening about town. Go to the city council meetings, go to the grand openings, shake the hands, kiss the babies, be the digital mayor, and they will say, doesn't he do real estate? Yeah, he's all over the place, man. He's a good guy. You got to be a good guy. You got to be a good woman to go and get that business, because that's how they know, like, and trust you. What does it mean to know, like, and trust you? It means they know of you. People say he's likable, therefore it builds trust. That is what it means to be the digital mayor, is to be elected by everybody. You're not going to win them all, but man, the struggle is real, people. If you guys aren't taking advantage of the leveraging the long term, had I actually implemented this when I knew about it 3 years ago, it'd be a lot different story. I'm working very hard now to make up for lost time when it came to what I knew I could do and I know what I didn't. It's just, you guys just get to work, man. Real estate is a multi-pronged approach. It's a very large spoke, and every outlet matters. We've got a mail, email, voice messenger, door knock, cold call, social media, print media, networking, you know, wrapping your, I mean, it's a little bit of everything, and the ROI, it's in the cloud. So how do you beat the cloud? Become part of that cloud. Become a valuable asset in the cloud. And if people can see you are in the cloud and they see you're on the ground, man, it's possible. Join me, please. Let me help you. It's possible. Start providing value. Start becoming a contributor in your society, and it will reward you. I promise. Get back to work.
This episode is brought to you by MojoSells.com. Expired for sell by owners and prospecting solutions, along with DNC compliance. It is my CRM of choice because I can set up emails and letters and follow-up campaigns to follow up more efficiently with the leads that I generate. Go to MojoSells.com and make sure you tell them Festini sent you. This episode is also brought to you by Spodio, the perfect door knock companion. Download the Spodio app today. You want more knowledge? Please find me anywhere you consume content. On YouTube, go to James Festini. If you want to listen to my content on iTunes, please leave me a 5-star review. Join the Festini Mafia at jamesfestini.com/training. There you'll find all of my products and information. If you like to make money, get back to work.